the cost of equity, how to calculate the cost of equity. We know by now that there are four methods of calculating the cost of equity: dividend yield, dividend growth, price earning, and capital asset pricing model. I already have told you that price earning method and capital asset pricing model are very important. But since we were discussing dividend growth, so let's move on to dividend growth. And one thing that I want to tell you before we start any more discussion, there is a contention in stock market that if a company starts paying dividend, and since company is gonna remain a going concern, in order to remain a going concern, company is required to grow constantly, because no company by remaining static can survive for a very long time period. Dividend yield model was having one drawback, that it always considered dividend payout as constant. Let's say I purchased shares worth 100 rupees and company has started paying me dividend of, let's say, 10 rupees. Then this 10 rupees is going to remain constant for all the times to come, which is a rare possibility, because in order to survive the company is required to grow. Market would keep on growing. If market has stopped growing, then there is a guarantee that company, until unless it has the maximum possible market share, and the products are of repeated purchase nature, like all of us are humans, right? So we need wheat or rice every day to survive on day to day basis. So purchase of this wheat or rice or pulses is a constant feature. Till the time humans are alive, this purchase of rice and pulses is not gonna change. There is no chance that this can ever change. And if somehow, like in our country, we know that populations are growing every year constantly. But if somehow, let's say, we educate our total population, then we show them that what are the losses of having a large number of population in the country, because resources are limited. We already know this part when we discuss the concept of purchasing power of money. That land is only one factor which is constant for any and every country. That's why even the purchasing power of money was determined on the basis of land's GDP, gross domestic produce. एक लैंड एक साल में कितना पैदा करती है, that amount of production is equivalent to the total currency floated in that economy, right? So since land is constant, and if population keeps on growing, then land initially would be utilized to produce more, but there's a capacity, and once that capacity is reached, then land would not be able to produce more, right? So if somehow we are able to teach our population that by growing numbers, we only are reducing the resources available to us, and by reducing the numbers or resources available to us, we actually are gonna harming the population as well as the country. Because if population keeps on increasing and resources become constant, then there would come a time when population would start getting hungry, would start remaining hungry, and that hungry population would move on to some illegal practices, like snatching food from somebody else, or snatching money from somebody else, or taking money by fraud or forgery from other people, and that again would lead to anarchy, right? So there is a constant contention that if products are replaceable in nature, are not required for survival, then products demand is going to remain constant. Population constant, GDP constant, population is going to keep on consuming in the constant quantities. So for those extreme cases, we can assume a company which is going to keep on paying a constant dividend, because market is not increasing, production is not increasing, profits are not increasing. That's why companies are not supposed to pay us more dividend. But for rest of the market, we know all the products in the market follow a cyclic pattern, that products are introduced, then they grow, then they mature, and then they start declining. And we have seen this growth and maturity for n number of products. There was a time when Nokia, I don't know whether you kids know about the initial phones that Nokia used to provide us. I forgot the number, but those phones were so sturdy in nature that even if you were dropping those phones constantly or continuously, those phones were able to survive. So sturdiness or longevity of those phones were very high. but population grew out of those phones. Now population is purchasing more sophisticated phones. Now populations are purchasing the phones which even a minor jerk can damage these, even a minor jerk can damage the speaker system or some other features of the phone. So population keeps on demanding the products which are improving constantly. So there was a point when Nokia phones were launched, then they captured the maximum market, they went on to the growth phase, and then they captured. I'll try to show you the life cycle of a product with the help of a graph. This is the normal graph that we all basically are aware of. That products are introduced, then they grow, then they mature, and then they hit the decline phase. All the companies are required to improve the products or come out with new products as soon as this decline phase starts at any point of time, right? So since this introduction, growth and maturity are a constant feature for all the companies, so whenever a company is growing, then companies are increasing the profits. Whenever the company is maturing, then the companies are earning the maximum profit. So companies are required, because it is the shareholders money with which the company was established. So companies are required to share the growth in profits with the shareholders, and that is known as dividend growth model. And formula is very simple. Cost of equity is D1 upon P naught plus G. G is the growth factor. And now let me start my camera, and we will try to see how to apply this formula in normal condition. Right. So now since we know that cost of equity, if the company is growing, if the company is a going concern, then that simply means it is growing. If it is growing, then it is required to share the growth with the shareholders. And this growth, G, can be depicted with regards to dividend constantly. And the increase in dividend, whenever this dividend would increase, the cost of equity should increase, because the more money we are sharing with the equity shareholders, the more money we are paying. The more money we are paying, that simply means the cost of the equity shares is gonna increase. And there is one more common condition that we are gonna use this formula in some time later. D naught is the dividend that is allowed for the first time to the shareholders, or in the year zero. Zero we are using D naught, not we are using for year zero. And D1 is the dividend that the company is gonna pay next year after it has acquired some growth. ठीक, यहाँ तक clear है?
सर D1 क्या है, फिर से बोलिए ना.
Reason,
नहीं सर, D1 कुछ नेक्स्ट ईयर, सर आप क्या बोल रहे थे?
बच्चे
Sir, can you please explain again?
एक सेकंड बता दो बेटा, बस जरा मैं लिख दूं इसको.
Dividend in.
ठीक है. See, we all have been taught that companies are going concerns. This was the basic accounting convention. Remember this convention? Companies are going concerns.
Yes sir.
है ना? So in order to keep on going, in order to keep on surviving, what is necessary? Let's say market is there wherein 100 products are being sold, and the company has a share of, let's say, 20%. So if 100 products are being sold, then 20 products of the company are being sold. है ना?
Yes, sir.
Now if it is something like essential goods, rice, wheat, pulses, then this growth can remain constant if the population is constant. है ना? It is assumed, जो कि होता नहीं है ये भी कभी भी, because the prices of all these things are going to keep on increasing, because the cost of raw materials is going to keep on increasing, because the cost of fertilizers is going to keep on increasing. लेकिन फिर भी to begin our discussion, we can assume that if population is constant and land is constant, then growth or the potential to produce from that land is also constant. Okay? For essential goods, it can be assumed that the amount of dividend that the company has paid in year zero is going to remain constant for a very long time period, right? Because population is constant and the production capacity is constant, and population is going to keep on consuming as much as it was consuming last year. Okay? But for other products, in order to grow, in order to keep on going, the companies are required to grow with the growth rate of the market. If market is growing, let's say, by 10% every year, right? So this year market was 100 and we were selling 20%. Please remember, please pay attention to these lines very carefully. Market this year is 100. See, 100 products are being sold, and this year we have the market share of 20%. So if 100 products are being sold, then 20 products are ours. 100 आइटम बिकते हैं, 20 आइटम हमारी कंपनी के हैं. That is the market share concept. Now if market would grow, like in our country population is growing, that's why the demand is growing, and the cost of other things are also growing, and even the consumerism is also growing. People, the way they were eating, let's say 50 years ago, is not the way they are eating now. They want processed rice, now they want polished pulses, now they want most of the things which basically are getting expensive, right? So first the prices are going to keep on growing, and since we are growing by population, so demand is also growing. This year the demand for market product was 100. Next year the demand should be, let's say, if market is growing, यही तो होगा. If market is growing by 10%, so if market size for today is 100, next year it would be 110. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
This year, अगर इस साल हमारे पास market share is 20%, so that simply means
120.
we are selling 20 units. Correct? Clear है बेटा यहाँ तक?
सर ऊपर
Yes,
में
sir.
आपने क्या लिखा सर, दिखाई नहीं
हाँ
दे रहा.
बच्चे,
सर, ऊपर में क्या लिखा आपने सर, दिखाई नहीं दे रहा सर.
बेटा असल में
20% के
मेरी
ऊपर.
आह, मैंने ये लिखा था, इस साल हमारे पास मार्केट शेयर 20% है। सो इफ मार्केट में 100 यूनिट्स बिकती हैं, कंपटीशन तो होगा ही होगा, तो 20 यूनिट्स हमारी बिकती हैं। दैट इज व्हाट आई रोट।
ओके सर।
ठीक है, बट मार्केट इज ग्रोइंग बाय 10%. So next year market 110 होगा, है ना?
हाँ, yes sir.
And in order to retain our 20% market share, हमको 110 को 20% देखना है। हंड्रेड टेन को 20% हुआ 22 यूनिट्स। तो लास्ट ईयर हम लोग बेच रहे थे 20 यूनिट्स। दिस ईयर वी आर रिक्वायर्ड टू सेल 22 यूनिट्स टू रिटेन आवर मार्केट शेयर ऑफ 20%। करेक्ट? मैं बेटा, if this point is not getting clear, then let me try another manner. ऐसे समझ कि suppose your class 10 kids are there, ठीक है, every kid is paying 10 rupees, ठीक, सो मेरे पास कितना पैसा आएगा?
100.
rupees. Let's say next year इस क्लास में 12 किड्स हो जाते हैं, तो मेरे पास कितना पैसा आएगा?
120 sir.
120. And whatever amount of money I am earning from your class 10 kids, I am required to pay 50% to university. ठीक है, सो लास्ट ईयर मैंने 100 कमाया तो मुझे 50 रुपीज यूनिवर्सिटी को देना हुआ, है ना? लास्ट ईयर 10 kids were
Yes
there,
sir.
Yes, sir.
I earned
This
10
year
crore
sir,
from these
60
kids,
60 rupees.
50% I am required to pay to university.
Hmm.
तो मुझे लास्ट ईयर यूनिवर्सिटी को 50 रुपीज देना था। This year now, since 12 kids are there, that's why my earning is gonna become 120. So I would be required to pay how much money to the university?
It's 60
60.
rupees sir. You need to pay 60
Exactly.
rupees.
So last year university earned 50 rupees from me, 55 rupees, 60 rupees this year from me. So the the university actually started earning more because the class size was increasing, है ना? So the more number of kids are included in this class, the more amount of money I would be required to pay to the university. जितने ज्यादा बच्चे बढ़ जाएं, मैं रखूंगा अपना शेयर 50% ही अभी भी, लेकिन more number of kids means I am required to pay more money to the university. Yes or no?
Yes sir.
है ना?
Yes, sir.
And this is the same contention. अगर मार्केट ग्रो कर रहा है तो इवन इन ऑर्डर टू रिटेन माई 20% आई वुड बी रिक्वायर्ड टू सेल मोर। लास्ट ईयर मैंने 20 यूनिट्स बेचा, इस साल 20% मेंटेन करने के लिए मुझे 22 यूनिट्स बेचना पड़ेगा, है ना? क्योंकि आई हैड मार्केट शेयर ऑफ 20% ओनली। अभी भी नहीं क्लियर है?
Clear है sir.
Okay, fine. So since I am selling 22 units this year, so my profits are more this year, and this more profit should be distributed to the shareholders, है ना? जो मैंने 2 रुपए एक्स्ट्रा कमाया वो मुझे शेयर होल्डर के साथ बांटना है। तो उनका जो डिविडेंड लास्ट ईयर मिला था उससे ज्यादा इस साल मिलेगा। यहां तक बात क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
I am
Yes, sir.
required to, even to retain my market size, I am required to sell more. When I am selling more, that simply means I am earning more. The more I would earn, the more profits I am required to share with the shareholders. And this more is known as growth. में लाइट एक सेकंड रुक बेटा, मैं कोशिश करता हूँ शायद विजिबिलिटी इंप्रूव हो जाए। अभी दिखाई पड़ रहा है साफ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this growth is required. Let's say last year, or not let's assume this year dividend is D0 year 0। अगर इस साल पहली बार डिविडेंड दे रहे हैं तो ये हमारा ईयर 0 होगा। इस साल में दिया डिविडेंड हमारा कहलाएगा D0। ठीक है? एंड नेक्स्ट ईयर मैं दूंगा D1 इन ईयर 1। ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So this D1 is always equal to वन प्लस जी। ठीक? Because G is always gonna be in rates, percentages, 5% growth, 10% growth. So D1 is always equal to D0 1 plus G, or D0 1 plus G. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So now look at the formula. Cost of equity is equal to D1 dividend given in year 1 is equal to P0 price in year 0 plus G. ठीक? दिस इज द फॉर्मूला जो सामने स्क्रीन पे दिखा रहा हूं मैं।
Sir, P, sir, ये P है क्या, sir?
हाँ बेटा, सॉरी,
Sir, P क्या है, sir?
P0
P0.
प्राइस इन ईयर 0। जिस साल हमने शेयर्स बेचे थे वो हमारा कहलाएगा ईयर 0। जिस साल हमने पहली बार डिविडेंड दिया वो साल हमारा कहलाएगा डिविडेंड ईयर इन ईयर 0, D0 एंड P0। लेकिन फॉर्मूले के अंदर हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं D1। ठीक? सो नेक्स्ट ईयर जो हम डिविडेंड देंगे उससे हमारी कॉस्ट डिसाइड होगी इक्विटी शेयर की, नॉट विद द डिविडेंड पेड इन ईयर 0, बट डिविडेंड पेड इन ईयर 1 विल डिसाइड द कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी। तो ये पार्ट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये बात याद रखना कि दिस इज D1 अपॉन P0। हमारे पास न्यूमेरिकल्स आएंगे जिसमें हमको ये D0 दिया होगा और साथ में ये G दिया होगा। एंड किड्स मोर देन ऑफन मेक दिस मिस्टेक दैट दे यूज D1 D0 हियर एंड G हियर एंड देन दे कैलकुलेट द कॉस्ट और उनका सवाल गलत हो जाता है। यहां पे D1 है which we are required to calculate with the help of this formula. ठीक? Kids often make mistake by using D0 इधर यहां पे, which is wrong because cost of equity is only the dividend paid in year 1 divided by द प्राइस इन ईयर 0, जिस साल बेचा था उस साल की प्राइस और अगले साल कितना डिविडेंड दिया वो डिविडेंड। डिविडेंड इन नेक्स्ट ईयर, प्राइस इन ईयर 0। ये बात जरूर याद रखना बेटा, इसको मत भूलना, बिकॉज मैं एक न्यूमेरिकल भी दिखाऊंगा, आई हैव दैट न्यूमेरिकल, जहां पे वी वुड बी गिवन दिस एंड वी वुड बी रिक्वायर्ड टू कैलकुलेट दिस। ठीक है, चले आगे।
Yes, sir.
Please, let's start. And we are gonna go with our normal process. First we'll write given and then we will see what we can do. So please tell me, what is it that is given to me?
Sir, current year dividend.
Current year dividend हमको दिया हुआ है D0 as
Rupees 18, sir.
rupees 18 and कुछ और दिया है?
Sir, growth
G is given to
6%
us
growth.
as %6, 0.06। ठीक है, anything else given to us? कुछ और दिया है बेटा?
Sir, market price.
T0 is equal to 90। पक्का ना?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, can we read this numerical very slowly and carefully? The equity of Mercury Limited are traded in the market at rupees 90 each. So current year is year 0, 90. The expected current year dividend per share is rupees 18. इस साल का जो डिविडेंड आएगा करंट ईयर का, दैट इज 18 and growth is 0.06. So we are required to calculate the cost of equity. KE is what we are required to calculate. ठीक, एंड मैं इसको वाइप आउट कर दूं बेटा, कि मुझे फॉर्मूला दिखाना है।
Yes, sir.
KE is equal to D1 P0 प्लस G। और जहां तक मुझे याद पड़ता है, हमारे पास D0 था, P0 था और G था, जहां हम लोगों ने गिवन वाला हिस्सा लिखा था। यही 3 चीजें थी।
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
now let's apply the formula. Please tell me what number I should write where. Tell me, what is D1?
18.
Sir, D1 is equals to 8.
D1 is equal to क्या बोला बेटा?
1 at 18, sir.
एक लड़का, एक बॉय कुछ बोल रहा था मुझसे, मैं उसकी बात सुनना चाहता था। P0?
Sir, 18. Sir, here given D0 is 18, sir. Sir, how
Yes,
D1 is 18, sir?
that was the point that I wanted to highlight to each one of you. हम लोग न्यूमेरिकल देखते हैं, we directly start like the girl which told me D1 is 18 which was not. हम लोगों अगर बेटा वो पिछला हिस्सा याद है जो मैंने लिखा हो गिवन वाला, उसके अंदर था हमारे पास D0 18, P0 90 and G as 0.06. ये था हमारा सीन. So as soon as we write D0 or D1 as 18, our numerical is wrong. Got the idea
Sir,
what
we
I was
need to
trying to
first
tell you?
calculate the D1 by the formula, sir.
है बच्चे?
Sir, we need to find out the D1 first by formula, sir. D1 is equals to D0 into 1 plus G.
Yes. So now we are gonna use D0 1 plus G upon P0 plus G. The girl who was talking to me, who told me D0 is 18. बेटा clear हुई ये बात?
जी सर.
Right. So now let's start doing the calculations. Eighteen 1 plus 0.06 upon 90 plus 0.06. Now I guess kids can tell me what would be my KE. बताओगे? Or I can write one more line. ठीक है? बेटा यहां तक क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
ओके फाइन. तो मुझे कैलकुलेट करके
next
नहीं बताएगा कोई भी?
6.27.
है बेटा? Or either you can tell me these figures 18 into 1.06 कितना होता है? मैं भी अपना कैलकुलेटर उठा ही लूं यार.
Sir,
0.26.
instead of
0.26. Answer.
0.26 is the final answer, na?
Yes,
So
ma'am. Yes,
cost
sir.
of equity is 26%. ठीक?
sir,
हाँ बेटा.
sir, instead of this one, sir, 0.06, sir, here you wrote, sir, 1.06
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
after
sir.
plus.
Sorry, मैं जीरो लगाना था. टाइपिंग एरर. So sorry. 1.06 नहीं था. The boy is absolutely correct.
So now is
And
the
that's why we are
calculation is
gonna get
correct?
this 0.26. चले आगे.
सर आंसर 27.2% आएगा.
बेटा मैं कैलकुलेट कर लेता हूँ. मैं तो खुद ही रुक जा एक सेकेंड. 18 into 1.06 is equal to 19.08 divided by 90 is equal to कितना बताया बेटा?
Sir, 27.2%.
is the cost of equity. One more numerical. I want all of you to pay very keen attention to this numerical, because now we have not been given much information which we recognize by ourselves. तो मैं इस न्यूमेरिकल में बहुत ज्यादा चाहता हूं तुम लोग अटेंशन पे करो और मुझे बताओ हमको गिवन क्या क्या है. वी वांट,
सर मुझे क्वेश्चन दिखाई नहीं दे पा रहा.
क्या दिखाई नहीं पड़ रहा बच्चे?
सर क्वेश्चन सर पता नहीं क्या हो गया.
अरे एक सेकंड रुक, मैं इसको दोबारा शेयर करता हूं. क्या चीज आ गई है? अरे मेरा स्क्रीन अब दिखाई पड़ रहा है क्या? हाँ बेटा, is my screen visible now?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let's talk about, we need D1, we need P0 and we need G. ये तीन चीजें हैं जो हमको चाहिए, और जहां तक मुझे दिख रहा है उसके अंदर हमको G दिया हुआ नहीं है कहीं पे भी. There is nothing written as G. है ना? And if you see very carefully, then this P0 जो हम लोग मान रहे हैं 24 गिवन है, that is current price per share, आज की है, राइट? और जो डिविडेंड का हम लोग को सीक्वेंस दिया हुआ है ओवर लास्ट 4 ईयर, सो से टुडे इज 2021, so dividend in 2017, dividend in 2018, dividend in 2019, dividend in 2020, ये सारा हमको दिया हुआ है. We have not been given the D0, we have not been given D1 जो कि नेक्स्ट ईयर का होगा, है ना? और हम लोग को G भी नहीं दिया है. तो what should we do now? वैसे if you take ना any two dividends given to us, let's say 1.32 minus 1.20 upon 1.20, तो इससे हमको G मिल सकता है. नहीं से और ये अगर ये बात समझने थोड़ी दिक्कत आ रही है, लेट्स से दिस ईयर, नहीं लास्ट ईयर, our dividend was 100 rupees. This year the dividend is 110 rupees. Can we calculate with these two numbers the growth rate G? Last year dividend was 100, this year dividend is 110. क्या हमको growth rate मिल सकता है?
Yes sir, growth rate is 10%.
Exactly. So same process we are required to apply over here. 1.20 in year 2017, 1.32 in year 2018, 1.45 in 19 and 1.60 in 20. So can we calculate growth rate with these 4 dividends given to us in last 4 years? जी निकाल सकते हैं क्या? Take any two numbers. Let's pick first two numbers 1.20 and 1.32. लास्ट ईयर 1.20 दिया था, इस साल 1.32 दे रहे हैं, ठीक? तो डिविडेंड तो बढ़ता हुआ दिखाई दे रहा है, डिविडेंड इज ग्रोइंग, ये हमको साफ विजिबल हो रहा है. लास्ट ईयर 1.2 इज दिस ईयर 1.32. तो कैन वी कैलकुलेट जी विद दीज टू नंबर्स? Aniket, please
Sir, I
tell me
think
yes or no.
is it
Yes, sir.
12%?
है बेटा,
Is it 12%, sir?
कैसे निकाला?
Growth rate.
1.32 this year minus 1.20 last year
1.20 is equal
divided
to
by
0.12.
1.20. So this is gonna become 0.12
0.1.
divided by
No,
1.2.
sorry. 1.2,
This is
sir.
gonna become
No.
0.1 or 10%. नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now we have G. %, or 0.1. Now P naught करंट ईयर हमको दिया हुआ है, करंट ईयर का है ये 24. जो भी हमारा ईयर 0 होगा उसका अगला आने वाला ईयर D1 होगा, है ना? अगर this year is P0, this year is P0, then next year is gonna become P1 or D1. If 21 is P0, then 22 would become P1 or D1. Yes or no?
How, sir?
क्यों?
कैसे, sir? 22 कैसे, sir?
अरे बच्चे में परसेंटेज में ईयर देख, ये चल रहा है 2021, है ना? दिस ईयर इज 2021.